The news is horrifying for parents who are finding it tough to trust any Christmas list this year.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 toy lines that don't exist anymore.
Eating her is so much fun. Your bananas all gone.
For this list, we're looking at the most popular playthings that are no longer on shelves, whether due to a mass recall or a catastrophic decline in sales. Do you own any of these forgotten trinkets? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Micronauts. Despite their name, the sales of these action figures were anything but small. Based upon the Japanese Microman toy line, Micronauts had just as much, if not more, success in Western markets. It wasn't just the figures either. The toy line came with a seemingly never-ending stream of expansions, cars, weapons, and more.
All have interchangeable parts. A few changes and Hydrocopter is a paddle boat or a one-man cruiser.
And yet, even though Micronauts sold extremely well for distributor Mego, it wasn't enough to keep the company afloat. When they went under in 1982, Micronauts sadly sank with them. In the years since, there have been several attempts at rebooting the acclaimed toy line. But outside of the odd collector's item here and there, Micronauts are still missing in action.
Micronauts, made of plastic and die-cast metal, each sold separately.
Number 9. Poochie.
Poochie, Poochie.
As it turns out, man's best friend is also a kid's favorite toy. They barked, they communicated, and they even sang, all without any upkeep.
Hey! I'm worth so much!
You what?
Naturally, the Robo-Pet had an enormously successful launch, selling 10 million units in just 8 months. But despite a slew of spin-offs and special editions, the Poochies barked bright and fast.
Who responds to your pat, your clap, or your wave?
Just 2 years after they hit the shelves, the toy line was discontinued and replaced with the more ambitious For Real Friends. Now that there's a whole zoo of robotic animals to choose from, it seems like the Poochies have officially howled for the last time. Number 8. TALKBOY.
Stop drooling on me! Stop drooling on me!
This toy wasn't just as seen on TV. No, it was as seen on the big screen. The TALKBOY was conceived as a movie original gadget to aid Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2: Lost in New York.
Guests of the new celebrity Ding Dang Dong stay at the world-renowned Plaza Hotel, New York's most exciting hotel experience.
As with any smash hit family film, that also meant lots and lots of merchandising potential. So, just like the movie it spawned from, the TALKBOY became an iconic craze of the 90s, selling absolute bonkers numbers. But despite building an empire of successful voice modulators, the TALKBOY didn't survive Tiger Electronics' merger with Hasbro. The toy's trademark lapsed in 1999, and that's the last anyone has heard of them.
Hi kids, we're home early.
Hi kids, we're home early.
Number 7. Skip It. Every kid in the 80s either had a Skip It or wanted one.
But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So try to beat your very best score. See if you can jump a whole lot more.
Building off the Lemon Twist toy from the 60s and 70s, the ingeniously simple premise was a marketing goldmine, especially alongside that killer theme song.
Skip it, skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop.
Early profits were strong, and by the 90s, Skip Its had already doubled their launch sales. Unfortunately, though, that marked the peak of this toy line's success.
Skip it, sounds like fun. Faster, faster, everyone!
From there, Skip It endured a steep and messy plummet into irrelevance, primarily due to the surge of electronic toys like Tamagotchi. After years and years of declining numbers, the twirling trinket finally petered out in 2009. The brand has been collecting dust ever since.
Skip it, it's crystal clear. Here's the twist, skip it, it'll blow you away. It's a hot new way to play.
Number 6. GILBERT U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. Toys and science experiments don't usually go together, and this failed set is an example as to why. Sure, encouraging kids to learn during playtime is a great idea on paper, but when it hit stores in the 50s, the Atomic Lab set failed to generate as much interest as its competitors. There are a lot of factors to blame, from the high price tag to the safety concerns to general audience disinterest.
The kit comes with its very own Geiger counter with batteries, and it also comes with these rubber balls that are red and green with little rods so that you can build your own models of alpha particles. The Wilson cloud chamber, which you assemble.
Either way, there's no excuse for the fact that this pricey set was discontinued after just 2 years. Since the Atomic Lab set shipped as few as 5,000 units, it's safe to say this experiment went down as a failure. Number 5. Sky Dancers. At first, these flying fairies spun all the way to high sales, a TV series, and a reputation as the hottest toy on the block.
Wow, they really fly! Come to me, dance for me, sky dancers fly for me.
But soon enough, the Sky Dancers flew too close to the sun. Or rather, to the faces of children. You see, the original design offered little to no protection from the figure's propeller-like wings.
But now it's time to fly. Up, up, up!
As a result, the dolls caused over 100 reported injuries, some serious enough to require stitches. After years of mounting pressure, the Sky Dancers were officially recalled in 2000. A while later, they relaunched with an updated design.
Just pull her magical string and her pretty wings spin around.
Catch her, she's flying down!
However, the original line has yet to fly again, and that's probably a good thing. Number 4. MAGNETIX. The word endangerment is sure to hurt sales for any kid-targeted toy line, and that was certainly the case for MAGNETIX. While the sets proved extremely popular at launch, they soon came under fire for their extremely unsafe magnetic pieces. Parents were right to be concerned, but unfortunately, the company recall came too late. MAGNETIX caused at least 27 intestinal injuries, 1 aspiration, and even a death. They wouldn't be the last victims either. Following MAGNETIX's slew of controversies, other magnet toys like Buckyballs faced similar recalls. Eventually, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission issued new standards on magnetic products, essentially rendering MAGNETIX and Buckyballs obsolete.
Rod and roll, connector, flex up, face it, it's what it takes. It's MAGNETIX, the ultimate, yeah.
Number 3. Aqua Dots.
What can you dot, then spray for fun that stays?
Aqua Dots!
For all intents and purposes, Aqua Dots do not exist anymore. It all started in 2007 when the plastic bead designs were abruptly recalled in Australia, and then in North America, and then Europe too. Soon enough, the truth came out. In a cost-cutting maneuver, the beads had been laced with a cheap toxic prodrug instead of the designer-approved adhesive. At least 2 kids were hospitalized from the gaffe, and as many as 7 more were adversely affected.
It can cause seizures, coma, and death.
Somehow, the company didn't call it quits and rebranded their products as Pixos. They even added a safety-tested guarantee. Nowadays, most assume the original Aqua Dots have vanished by way of other, more recreational means.
Pop those Pixos! You can even Pixos in 3D to make a palace, a fire engine, or a Pixo zoo!
Number 2. Cabbage Patch SNACKTIME Kids. The pitch behind these dolls was foolproof. Kids serve their Cabbage Patch a snack, the treats roll into the doll's backpack, rinse and repeat forevermore.
Wow, she really chews!
Unfortunately, plastic wasn't the only thing on the menu for these snacking figures. Distributor Mattel was immediately inundated with reports of kids getting their hair and fingers trapped in the Cabbage Patch's mouth.
It happened, ironically, at a hair salon. The owner tried to free the little girl from the jaws of her doll.
But before things got out of hand, they voluntarily recalled the toy line. Since the SNACKTIME Kids had been a hot ticket item for the holiday season, there were a lot of customers to reimburse. That might be part of the reason why this line of Cabbage Patch Kids has never been released again.
Mattel is also offering customers a $40 cash refund for each doll. The company also says it will pull this item from toy store shelves.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Lawn Darts.
This isn't child's play according to the Food and Drug Administration. The game is called lawn darts, and it is being exempted from a proposed ban by the FDA.
To say this toy got recalled would be putting it lightly. It's so insanely dangerous, it's outright illegal to even sell them in most places anymore, let alone play a game. That really shouldn't be too surprising considering that lawn darts is exactly what it sounds like. Giving kids a set of tiny metal spears only led to several nationwide bans and thousands upon thousands of recorded injuries, some of them fatal.
How can they consider this a toy?
Understandably, there's no legal way to get your hands on lawn darts anymore. But over the years, a few safer knockoffs have come out of the woodwork, and so far, they haven't seriously injured anyone. Although, that's not exactly a high bar to meet.
Damn it, Peter! Are you guys playing lawn darts in the attic again?
No. Yay, lawn darts! Peter wins lawn darts. She's dumb. She got no idea.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.